Hey. Oh,
Hey.
hang on, are we in? Oh, we're in. Hey.
We're in. Hey there.
Hello to all of you watching on Twitch and listening on the podcast. For those of you watching on Twitch, and a lot of subs checking us out at the moment and saying, looking forward to my stubby holder.
Oh, yes.
It is on its way.
Yes.
So expect those to arrive in your mailboxes and the like very, very soon because they are officially on their way. Dan,
Pete.
haven't had a joke in a while.
No, we haven't.
We haven't had a joke in a while. And
I believe you've got one.
I do have one. Here we go. By the way, Infernox, it's legend o'clock. I like that.
Ah, legends.
It's legend. Legends o'clock. It's legends. Did he say, legends?
Yeah, all good.
It's legends o'clock. Okay.
All right. You promised me this is a good one, so I want to hear it.
Okay. Did you hear about the dyslexic gay rooster?
No.
Doodle cock.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
I can. Because,
Well, you just did.
No, because it was given to me by a very good gay friend.
I did it very good.
And he said to me today, and hello, Tim. I know at some point you're listening somewhere.
Yeah.
And he said to me, mate, I've got a joke for you.
Well, it's very good.
I said the same thing to him. I said, I can't say that. He goes, no, I'm gay. Of course you can say
Okay,
it.
yeah, very
So,
good.
all right, fine.
Well, we've said worse too, I guess, haven't we?
Oh, yes. There have been some bloody...
Yeah.
Woo! Shall we get stuck in?
We shall. Let's do it.
Let's get stuck in.
Let's do it.
Attack commences in 60 seconds.
Welcome to the Game on Australia podcast, episode 153.
Poo bum wee.
Yes, nice.
Yes.
Lovely. As we record this in a beautiful sunny afternoon in Perth.
Well, great day for gaming.
Great day for game. But Dan, tell me what day is it?
There's never a
You
so
can't
exactly
answer
right.
that question.
Exactly
100%.
right.
Absolutely. Far out have we got some stuff for you tonight. We've got so many announcements. They're coming out of our wazoo.
Are they?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there's one. You just dropped one.
We're going to pick them up and tell you about them in the top 3 things that gamers need to hear this week. Last week's big question
Yeah.
went off like
Went
a
off like a
bucket of
bloody
prawns.
firecracker.
Oh, my God. Like a bucket of prawns in the sun it did.
Yeah.
And it had a lot to do with whether or not I should go back to EB Games and pay for a particular game. Anyway, we'll get to that and so much more. Game on.
Let's do it.
Game on! Game on! It's gaming time! Excellent! Game on! Game on!
Yeah.
It's gaming time! Excellent!
Is there some kind of I know there's podcast awards now. There's some kind of category for best intro because surely
We can't enter it
why not?
because we'll win
Oh, that's true.
forever and a day.
Yeah, and then they'll work out we stole the song. Well, borrowed it.
We borrowed it.
We improved it. Actually.
What was his name? Bloody
Mike Myers.
Mike Myers. Who was the other dude?
Dana Carvey,
Yes. Very good.
Wayne and Garth.
You
yes.
get a ding.
ding.
Hello, my name's Pete.
My name is Dan Internet.
And for the next hour, we're going to bang on about games, Dan, because we bloody love gaming.
We are Pete. And what else do we bloody love, Pete?
Well, look, we're both a little tired at the moment, so it might take us a while. But,
I'm going to U2 tonight. I like them. I wouldn't say I bloody love them,
Christ, you're a raver.
but I like them a lot. So it's not U2. You got some Nando's over there. I'm sure you bloody love Nando's.
I like Nando's. I very much like Nando's.
But I'm sure. Well, see, it's salad. It's a Nando's salad, so you
Yeah,
can't
'cause I'm
bloody
on
love
a
that.
health
You
kick.
can't bloody love that because there's no chips.
Yeah, no, true.
So it's not bloody. It's not Nando's. What is it, Pete?
Jesus Christ. I can't believe it took me this long.
What is it?
Bloody Game on Australia.
Ah!
No, gaming. Yeah, it's bloody gaming. Would you believe it?
I bloody love gaming.
I bloody love gaming.
I've had a good week of gaming actually.
Have
played,
ya?
Yeah, I've didn't play last night, but Saturday, Sunday, Monday night, the hat trick of gaming nights. Fuck, it was awesome.
we got to get to that because we will touch on what we've been playing this week.
Yep.
As we will a couple of other things as well.
Yep.
But look, you got to bear with us because we are both stuffed.
Yeah, it's been a long year. Hasn't
It's been a long year.
Yeah.
It's been a long end of the year as
it?
well.
It really has.
Because both the radio stations that we work for are just riding us.
Yeah. Bareback,
Bareback.
whipping.
Like what's the like Link on Epina?
Yes. Oh, excellent reference.
What about the other one? What's give me Red Dead
Red Dead
Redemption 2
Redemption,
because I
it's,
haven't played the game yet.
Haven't you?
No.
Arthur Morgan.
It's coming out on PC.
Yes.
Or is it out on PC? God, please forgive me.
It's, well, strap yourself in, sir, Conser. You've got a lot of games you've got to play in your holiday.
Oh my God, I cannot
My God,
wait
but
for
You've
holidays.
got a lot to catch up on.
I cannot wait
If you
for
haven't
holidays.
played Red Dead Redemption and not much of Fallen Jedi,
Oh,
you have got some
we got to talk about Jedi Fallen Order.
Fallen
Because
Order.
Jedi, thank you very much, Infernox and Gamma. It's out already. Jedi Fallen Order
Yeah.
is as extraordinary. No, you know what? I'm saving it.
No, save it.
I'll save it. I'm saving it.
Save it.
Instead, let's get into top 3 things games need to hear this week.
And a big one for number 1, Peter.
Yes, indeed, Dan.
Big one.
We have just about locked away all 12 of the 12 games of Christmas. And I wanted to kick things off with this one tonight because we're just about there. In fact, we launch on Monday. So Monday, what will happen is across all of our social media and through our website and everything, it's the same thing that we did last year. So we did this for the first time last year. And the idea came from how can we...
That annoying song for a start.
What was it?
The 12 Days of Christmas.
I think it did come...
Yeah,
it
that's
literally came from that, didn't
Yeah.
it? And we were singing that song, and then it came
Annoyingly.
along to 12 games of Christmas. And I
Yeah.
thought, how cool would it be to throw together like 12 games from 12 different companies
Yeah.
and give them away?
Yeah.
And then, and we did.
And we did.
And it was very successful.
Yes.
So we thought we'd do it again this year.
Yes.
So there's a lot of people who are watching and listening right now, and this is the first time they've stumbled upon us. And thank you. It's great to have you along.
Thank you,
But,
yes.
if you've never heard of the 12 Games of Christmas before, essentially what happens is next Monday we go into a little thing called pre-promotion. That happens for 2 weeks. Now, over pre-promotion, what you'll see is all over our social media for bloody ages, you'll see the Game on Australia Christmas tree, and there will be 12 tags
Yep.
on the Game on Australia Christmas tree.
Yep.
Actually, 11 tags and a star.
Oh, yes, of course.
The star is for our key piece of product that's been sent by a particular
the
company.
big kahuna.
Now, each one of these tags will have a different gaming industry company.
Yep.
It could be Devolver Digital. It could be EA Games. It could be
PLE Computers.
PLE Computers. Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, PLE Computers, I will confirm because they're legends. I will confirm they are back this year
Are they?
for another gaming chair.
Oh, excellent.
All right, so that's a little sneak peek because usually we don't
Hey.
actually give
No.
out what the prizes are.
Yeah.
Right, but they're there.
Oh,
So what will happen is across our social media and everything, you're actually going to see the Christmas tree, and we will reveal all of the different brands that have jumped on board this year. That'll give you 2 weeks to sort of let that sink in. You'll see that sort of happen. We'll ramp things up. And then in the 12 days before Christmas Day, so this will be the 12th to the 24th
Yep.
of December,
Yep.
one by one, day by day,
Yep.
we will reveal what prize
Mm.
is in the box tagged with a particular brand.
Mm.
All right, so for example, like last year when PLE's turn came up, we revealed that in the box was a brand new Battle Ball gaming
Battle Ball
chair.
gaming chair.
When Xbox, we spun that. They were at the top of the tree last year. That was an Xbox One S digital edition.
It was.
Okay, so that's the sort of stuff you look forward to. And then on Christmas Day, from 6 in the morning till 6 at night,
Mm.
on the hour, every hour, we draw somebody who's won a prize.
Yep.
As simple as that.
Simple as that.
And that is the 12 Games of Christmas.
Yep.
But the best part about it is they're not shit prizes.
No.
They're really good prizes
Yep.
because we work with the people who have been supporting us throughout the entire year. So it's
Yep.
it's a little way of saying to them, be a part of this, and we're letting you be a part of it because you've been so awesome to us.
Yep.
But also, thank you so much, community. This is the best that we can do in terms of rewarding as many people as we can in one hit.
Correct.
All right.
Love it.
So 12 Games of Christmas is on the way.
Monday, December 2.
What did we far out? We had some belters last year. There was PLA Computers, Xbox, there was EA Games.
We had gaming mice. And
We did have gaming mice.
We had, I should know because we put the video together.
Yes. Santa made a cheeky little
Santa,
appearance.
lots of cheeky little appearances.
Yeah.
A few game codes from memory.
A few game codes. Yeah, fair few game codes. EA
EA
gave us a few.
Yeah,
That was good fun.
yeah. Yeah, so, yeah.
Now let's move on to number 2.
Number 2.
Excuse me. This from our mate Alex Walker at Kotaku.
The
One
great
of-
Alex Walker.
The great Alex
Mm.
Walker. In the last 24 hours, a whole shitload of Steam games disappeared through a mass purge. They've literally just been pulled from the platform. Now, what really interests me about this is I wanted to know what happens when this game in particular gets pulled, right? So let's go through this. The removals, he goes on to say, were chronicled by the Steam Tools tracker, which monitors games that are restricted, region locked, or banned outright.
Okay.
At the current time of writing, the tracker notes that just over 2,900 games have been banned from Valve's
2,900?
2,900, just shy of $3,000. But the vast majority of those have been pulled in the last 24 hours, as first spotted on this particular program. Initial reports put the number of games pulled in the few hundreds when the purge was first spotted, but media reports since then have put the figure at close to 1,000. Alex has emailed Valve for clarification and comment on how many games were pulled and why, but did not hear back at the time of writing. A quick check of some of the titles involved showed that a fair few were the kind of low-quality games that most gamers would, rightly or wrongly, associate with asset flips. So 2014 Aftermath is a post-apocalyptic shooter with 3 user reviews. Billionaire, which is a casual management sim about buying and breeding marine life. Aircraft War X, which could charitably be described as low poly. So there's, just a lot of shit.
A lot of
shit. But other actual games appear to have been caught up in the mix too. Electric Highways is a game that's been on Steam since 2015. It's free to play and has exactly 1,337 reviews. And while it doesn't look like the next Limbo or Gone Home, plenty of people had fun with it. For all intents and purposes, it's legitimate and it's also been pulled from Steam. It's not the only one, with PC Gamer chronicling some of others that have also been inexplicably pulled. Developers will undoubtedly be able to appeal the move to Steam, but the better question, and one I've put to Valve, is why they were removed in the first place and what developers can do to stop themselves from being caught in the net. This isn't the first time Valve has done a purge. Earlier this year, a ton of wallpapers and sexually explicit or orientated games were pulled in one go. The latest purge seems along those same lines. It's not entirely clear what Valve's criteria was for turfing some games off the platform, particularly those with a base of users and reviews and views. But given the company's history of communication, that's not out of form. So,
Well, I was about to ask that. So they've been pulled without any kind of, obviously no warning, but also no communication as to why.
no communication as to why. No warning. Now, there are people in the chat who are dropping a few things which make complete sense. Games are still artwork from major titles, adult hentai games, that sort of stuff. But if you're a developer, it'd make you a bit nervous, wouldn't it? Just knowing that at any particular time, so what was that
Yeah.
game that had 1,500 odd?
Yeah.
Where was it? Electric Highways. If you're Electric Highways as a developer,
Yeah.
and you've got 1,500 odd reviews, and your game is still sort of slowly ticking over,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden Steam just goes yoink and pulls it.
Yeah.
God, it's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough as a developer. Also, if you're someone... Now, I have this question to ask, and I'm not 100% sure. And I've tried to do digging to try and find the answers involved. But if you're someone who actually has this particular game in your Steam library, and people watching right now, or listening, you can send us a DM. But people watching right now, if you have a game in a Steam library and it gets pulled or banned from Steam, can you still access it? And we'll find out if that's the case, if anybody's watching. And the reason why I ask that is because so many platforms now are appearing where it'll be all about using the cloud, having a library that exists in a server somewhere else.
Yep.
And also like streaming services, like Google Stadia and all the rest of them that'll come with it as well.
Yep.
Night Shepherd says, I have heard yes. if that's the sort of future that we're moving to, if there's a game that you love and you play them non-stop,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden they decide to pull them, like you, as much as you think you may own that, you don't own that.
No.
You know what I mean?
Well, this is the thing, right? You're at the mercy of the people that own the platform. For example, think about it in a social media thing. Imagine if and I know this happens. How much times you get photos on your memories in Facebook, for example, you're going, oh my god, where is that? Where is the original of that photo?
Yeah.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Because it probably was on a phone three times ago.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's still there. Facebook's still got it somewhere. But if they went and closed tomorrow, that photo's gone unless you can find it.
Stuffed.
Yeah. So that's the problem. What I don't like is the lack of communication, and I sort of know why they do it, because they don't have to. They're who they are, But at the same time, I think you've got to be a bit more transparent these days with any kind of business, let alone Valve.
Are they that big that they don't have to give a shit?
Maybe.
I mean, really.
Maybe that's it.
Like some of the other ones, and excuse my eating, I actually have to eat at a particular time. Like, I'm doing this.
We've talked in a previous podcast about this exact thing. I'm a courtesy muter when I'm gaming.
I know.
If I'm drinking or eating, I pull the mic up and mute. Not old Peter over here. He loves it. Look at him.
You're a better man than me.
Face full of chicken. You're Leroy Jenkins. At least they got chicken.
At least I got chicken. Excuse me. The reason why I actually have to eat.
So you're on this special thing.
I'm on this special thing, and every 3 hours I have to eat.
That's fair enough.
So
you are wasting away,
it's
I
gonna
must
happen.
say.
Thank you, mate.
You're looking good.
I've lost 10 kilos.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, well done.
BCA AU says under ACC, it'll be ACCC rules, if Steam pull it and you can't access it and paid for it, they have to refund you.
Yep.
I mean, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
But how would you go and claim that? Like, I think the ACCC, I don't know if you go through them, you wouldn't, would you? You'd have to lodge a claim and then, what's a Steam game cost? I don't know, because I'm not a PC gamer.
It depends which Steam game you go after.
Okay.
So there's a lot of the indies out there,
Alright, so
25,
20,
$35.
yeah. So are you going to go all the trouble of lodging a claim for $30? Probably not. Oh, yeah. Mind you, if it's a class action, you might.
It depends if you get it back as credit. If you get it back as Steam credit,
Yeah.
I'd go to the trouble of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because then that $30 would sit in my thing,
Yeah.
and I'd put it towards something else. You know?
Yep. Yeah, it's I think the new evolving world of, a bit like how we look at music now. You don't really buy music anymore at all. You stream it.
It's an interesting, what's it called? Spotify's an interesting one for that, right? So, essentially with Spotify, the reason why you pay for a premium subscription is so you can get better functionality. Because you can still access absolutely everything.
That's right.
Right?
That's exactly right.
But you get better functionality. So, I have a premium account.
So do I.
I actually one day, I don't know why. I saw the thing come out of my account. You know what? I was like, fuck this. I don't want this shit anymore. I don't want them pulling $15 out of my account every month, whatever. And I shut it down. And then I was in my kitchen and I said, hey, Google, play blah on Spotify. And it's connected to my account, yada, yada. And it comes up, plays 2 songs, and then it goes to ads. I was like, that's fucked. And I picked my phone up and hit back into premium straight away.
Yeah.
And that's the sort of thing. And then it like the other shit that it says sometimes, like it said to me was to be able to search by artist or something.
Yeah. And you can't skip songs either.
No, you can't skip some. No, you've got a certain amount of skips.
Yeah.
So they bait you.
They do. Yeah,
They
do.
bait
They
you
do.
a little bit. They go, here you go. You can have a few skips. You like that?
Yeah.
You like that, don't you,
Yeah.
bitch? Come on here. Here,
Yeah,
have some more. Give me $15. You can have all the skips you want, mate. Far out.
And that's the thing, right? So, the way when you say, when you said before that it's games that just disappear, and if someone really loves that game, it's gone. It's sort of how I feel about a lot of the games I played in my past. A lot of the games I played on Commodore 64 and Amiga 500, I know you can go and get emulators and recreate them, but
Not the same.
It's not the same. I'm too lazy to go and do it, right? So I just think, well, I'm never going to play Speedball 2 again, except that it's on Xbox Live, so I can play that one. That example.
Yeah.
I can't play Defender of the Crown again. I can't play Wings. I can't, all these games I loved as a kid, right? Where I find, I don't know if kids' games are included in this, but I know with my kids, and this happened with me when our Game Pass membership elapsed and I didn't renew it, we couldn't play Human Fall Flat, and my kids were they were salty.
I don't blame him.
I had to go and get it back.
Human Fall Flat's one of the great games.
Yeah. So, look, I mean, the problem is now you've got a lot of these places that have gotten very big very quickly and don't really know how to handle PR.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a mistake not to communicate what you're doing, personally.
Yeah, at least let them know.
At least have the courtesy. It's like going for a job interview and the person goes, "We'll let you know how you're going." They don't never let you know. That's rude.
I'd love to
Let
know.
you know.
I'd love to know if it's an algorithm that wipes these games though, or if they've literally gone through and gone to the trouble of.
So you mean what? What's it based on? The amount of people not playing it, or who
I
have
don't
stopped
know.
playing it, or
If it's looking for something in particular, you know how.
why get rid of it? Why is it? I mean, I know I can get sometimes.
that's a
it's-
good
It's
question.
a censorship thing, maybe. But if it's a storage thing, surely they just there's no storage issues.
Mm.
I wouldn't have thought. And I would have thought choice is good.
Choice is bloody great, but
I actually think I would love to think that one day we get to a point where once the game's a certain amount of years old, you could get it
for free.
for not for free, but
I think you're going to pay something for it. Still.
but you
It's
can
like music royalties.
yeah, but it'd be what's a big PS4 title from the mid 2000s? I'm trying to think.
PS4 wasn't out then.
Oh, was it
PS3.
PS3. What was
We're in PS2.
like the Perfect Dark?
Oh, Tony Hawk's. Let's go with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. It
Wasn't that on Xbox though?
was on PlayStation 2.
Was it on Xbox? No, I'm talking about exclusive.
Oh, an exclusive?
So an Xbox
I'll
example.
go with a Halo.
Okay, yeah, okay. I'd like to think now, 12 years later, if you had a PS4, you'd be able to play Halo.
Because you mean
it's-
it no
it's-
longer being exclusive.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And I'd like to hope that one day there'll be a central thing where you can download any game and play it. Obviously, you pay a price, but there's none of this bullshit about, which is where music's at now, sort of, really. The only problem with Spotify, though, is that, if you love a band and there's certain recordings you've got from, like I've got on my old iTunes account, that they're not on Spotify because they haven't been released yet. So you can't actually, it becomes, it's like DVDs too. It's actually a pain in the ass now to go and get your DVDs out.
That's so true.
And Disney Plus launching with The Simpsons, right? So my goal when I loved The Simpsons when they obviously were around, they still are.
Yep.
But I actually went and bought religiously every box set when they came out.
Mm-hmm.
The ones with their heads and stuff. But now, all that money wasted later, and I think about the first 10 or 11 seasons, they're now all bloody available for $8 a month on Disney Plus.
Mate, I know. And it's like, I suppose that is in some way inherent. I know we've gone off topic here, but bear with us. I suppose it
is related to the
100%, right? But so, sorry, I didn't expect to have to chew as much as what I put in my mouth.
Yeah.
I'll get there. Hang on.
What I'm saying is that
Okay, I'm back.
right now we're at the mercy of them,
Mm.
the big company like
Yep.
like Steam and Valve. Is it Valve or Steam? I don't know. I get
Both.
confused. Both.
Valve owns Steam.
Yeah, but yes, thank you.
And also, by the way, while we're on the subject of Valve, did you ever play Half-Life?
No,
No?
I know a lot about it. But I never played it.
Sensational.
Yeah.
People have been screaming.
Yeah.
They finally they're releasing a third sequel.
Right.
Sort of. It's called Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah.
And VR. And it looks fucking wicked.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, so what I was going to say before was I've got a copy of... I've got all of the Avengers DVDs.
Yes.
And the other night, I wanted to watch the second part 2.
Yeah.
Of Infinity War.
Yeah.
And I've got it. I've got the Blu-ray. I've got it sitting there.
Yeah.
I downloaded the fucker on bloody the Google store.
Because
I was like, it couldn't be fucked. And it's terrible because I was watching it and I woke up the next day and I was like, you're a dickhead. You just wasted $5.
Oh.
You've got the thing there.
Yeah.
But anyway, I kind of feel like we're almost buying physical copies of things just to say, because we're sort of holding on to a relic of our past. You know, I still really like I could have downloaded The Witcher on the Switch and not have to fuck around with cartridges and stuff.
Yeah. Well, actually, and that's a good point.
But I saw it in the shop.
The Switch is actually a good point too, because my daughter having a Switch, I've impressed on her a million times. Put the cartridges back because they're so bloody small. And in a kid's hands, mate, they can go anywhere. And sure as shit, it did the other week. She lost Mario Tennis.
Oh no!
And we found it, but I actually had to explain to her, this is
Where'd
why.
you find it?
I was under the couch. I was under the couch cushion, right? And I had it too when I went. I actually bought Fallen Order, and I don't like doing this, but I actually went to Big W and bought it there. Why I don't like doing that is because I never trust the person behind the counter, because it's a separate. Like they never stock the game on the shelf. You got to go and get the case, take it to the counter, and then they go to in JB they'll go and find, or eBay I'm guessing too. They just go and get a new
in EB. You pull it off the shelf, and then they tend to go and grab it from the back. So
Okay.
Or they go and grab the cartridge or the disc and they put it in there.
Well, see, at Big W and Target, what they do is that they get a little sleeve, put the game disc and the pamphlet or the manual in there, and then alphabetize it in a drawer. And I've been caught out with this before where I've bought a game.
Scratch?
No.
What?
Well, that maybe, but they've put the wrong game in the case because the person behind the thing's not a gamer, right?
Yeah,
Generally not.
yeah,
They're just some,
Yes, Susan.
Yeah, Susan's a 16-year-old teenager who's never played a game in life, not interested in gaming.
There's no such thing as teenagers called Susan.
Well, that's true.
They're born at the age of 45.
Anyway, so
in a Big W blouse.
I did about the Fallen Order. I'm watching I watch them like a hawk, going, "Yep, they're going to S for Star Wars. Yes, they're an S. Good. Yep, good." Then she didn't put the pamphlet in. I thought, where's the pamphlet? Keep calling it pamphlet. Where's the instruction manual?
Oh, they don't come with them anymore.
No, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So you're right. All you're really doing is buying that physical thing that is a relic of our past, because once you install it on the Xbox or the PS4, whatever you've got, the PC even, you still need the disc to play the game, but you can skip that point too by downloading it and not have to get off your fat ass to go and change the disc over.
You've just put something into my mind as well. Now, the historian who's watching.
Hello, historian.
Hello, historian. Inferno.
Who got us on the Star Wars?
We've mentioned him.
Yes. Yes.
So the historian wrote a great story very early on in the piece for GameOnOz.com, and it was about the love of what was it about, historian? We're going back a couple of years now, but it was about the love of the booklet.
Yes,
getting the booklet. All of my old Nintendo 64 games, I still have the booklets.
Yeah, 100%.
And I every now and again when I pull them out, I'll flick through them and have a look.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I suppose this is almost a call out to, actually, two things here. One thing I find incredibly weird, right, is that when you buy a Nintendo Switch game and you open the game up, it's still got the clips in it as if a booklet is meant to be there.
Yeah, that is too.
But it's not there.
And it's a massive bit of packaging.
Yeah.
For a tiny game.
Just give us a little, I'm happy with just a tiny, anyway.
Yeah.
The other point is, and this is a shout out for games developers and stuff like that. And I love independent developers who put out physical titles because they tend to do this. But when I bought The Witcher 3, it came with a booklet.
Oh, right.
I opened it up and it came with this little, like cardboard packaged booklet thing, and it had a little message from them, and it had, Witcher 3 stuff in it and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And when I opened it, I just felt like I got something more.
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Like, I had this really great feeling of pulling something out and
yeah.
flicking through it. And I just felt like I got something more. Like, I wasn't just standing there with a cartridge. For me, that hit me as a moment where I was just kind of like, God, these guys, CD Projekt Red, who are behind Cyberpunk 2077, which is coming out
Right,
soon.
yes. Very
I was
exciting.
just like, God, they do it right. You know what I mean? Like, it was just
Well,
I don't know. It was just a really good feeling.
and then looking at music as an example, they get, vinyl's making a big comeback.
Yeah.
For probably that same reason, people are enjoying the process of buying the vinyl, getting home, pulling out the liner, reading the liner notes, reading the lyrics, putting the song on, and maybe that's where, I don't feel, again, and I'm using Xbox as my example because that's my platform, until they make games $10 or $20 cheaper online in the online store as opposed to going to buy the physical products.
That's the reason why I went to EB to go do the price matching and stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I looked online.
I don't understand why they're in Xbox's
We've spoken
case,
about this before.
In Xbox's case, why is a game
I don't know.
$30 more than what I could get out on a JB Hi-Fi
I really don't know.
for a download? It shouldn't be. I'm actually saving them, and it's particularly in an age where companies have to be seen to be being green and being responsible to the environment. There's nothing more irresponsible than a Nintendo Switch game that comes in a packet like that for a cartridge like that.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Like, that is very true. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? Because I suppose you got to go get a fine balance between, that cool sort of thing that you see on the shelf. Because obviously they've got to compete with the others as well.
Well, it's all, you and I have done marketing. I'm sure lots of people listening and watching have done marketing units at uni and stuff. But, it's all about grabbing the eye and all that. There is a thrill, I think, associated with gamers and going to a store and looking at. How many times have you done it? You get a junk mail catalogue.
I love to browse.
Junk mail catalogue. I just go straight in Big W Target, straight to the gaming section.
Yeah, same.
Oh God, I just have a look.
Yep.
I'm sure most people do that.
Yeah, 100%.
So-
And I like going to the shops and walking past. I will walk into I will never walk past an EB. I will always go in and have a look. And same with JB.
Same here.
And I'm not even necessarily there to buy anything. I just like walking past the shelves and looking at stuff,
Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, a shitload of games vanished.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That might be the longest news item we've ever done, I think. They went for about
Oh,
20 minutes.
God.
Yeah, that's good. Good chat.
Worth it.
Worth it.
Worth it.
All right, what's item number 3, Peter?
Item number 3.
Speaking of
called-
large conglomerates.
Yes, caught our eye, and I'm just scrolling down to where I saw it. Excuse me. By the way, guys, now is a really good time to get stuck into buying some games. All of the people are
Whoa.
they're all doing their bloody Black Friday sales.
Actually, and I'll tell you now, and I'm gonna put myself out here because this is a dumb question.
Yeah.
But Nintendo Australia tweeted yesterday, get down to our cyber store for massive savings for Black Friday.
Yeah.
Up to 35% off certain games. Now, I was a bit confused by the term cyber store. I've got a Switch for my daughter, but I don't use it. So when I went to nintendo.com.au, it was pointing towards Amazon, Best Buy, Walmart, all these American companies.
Yeah.
I didn't have the balls to tweet back to Nintendo Australia and go, now, is this applicable to Australians? Because it doesn't feel like it is.
Yeah.
But I think I'm guessing, and you'll be able to tell me, is that if I go to Amazon in the US and buy Kirby's All-Star Adventure for my daughter,
Yeah.
it will work over here, but be a shitload cheaper from Amazon US because of Black Friday.
Yes. So,
Or just have to wait for the thing to come out.
and I suppose you got to take into account obviously all the other things like postage and stuff, but most of them these days, like, you buy enough. they'll
Well,
cost
I
you
mean,
for free.
I still think, again, back to point 2 for just a tiny minute. I think Switch games are massively overpriced, personally.
You reckon?
Yeah.
But are you like
Older games. I
what-
can't believe.
why though?
I can't believe you can't get Mario Kart for anything less than, say, $65.
Yeah, but that's not surprising considering it's a
It's an
Nintendo
epic
first
game.
party IP.
Well, it is, but I still think it's 3 years old now. Or
Yeah,
2
true.
years old.
Yeah,
Make it $40.
yeah. No, I see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe that's how they keep value in their
Maybe. Yeah.
in their games.
maybe,
You know,
maybe.
like a
Mind you, I'm saying
Yeah, I
that.
don't
I thought, I found an old box to Star Wars, that Xbox game. Oh, sorry, Nintendo 64 game, Star Wars. Oh, I can't
which
remember.
one?
There was one with the X-Wings, X-Wing v TIE Fighter. Oh, it was something like that.
yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. That's
And the-
what it was.
And the price I paid was $99.95
Yes.
from Big W.
Mate, the stickers are still on some of mine. I've got a Bomberman there that was
Yeah, you're like-
$99.95.
Yeah, you're like, that's inflation's meant to work the other way.
You know what's really fucked?
Yeah.
Is that I had that Rogue Squadron.
Rogue Scott, thank you.
I bought that Bomberman
Yeah,
for $99.95 back then,
yeah,
and then lost it
yeah.
and paid some other dickhead $165 for his mint condition copy about a month ago. So the bastards cost me $265.
That was an epic multiplayer game.
Plus
God, I love that
postage.
game. That's worth it, Max. That was an epic game.
Yeah, no, this is great. And it is a good feeling seeing it on the shelf.
It's again, very quickly back to your days, your past glories, but they're the kind of memories you want to evoke. If you have a man cave or a gaming cave, you want those kind of memories to
100%. I want people to walk through there and go,
go, oh, that one, yes, yes. Anyway, sorry.
The final story is that Facebook bought Beat Saber.
I love the headline is Gizmodo article. Of course, Facebook bought the one
good VR
game. Pizza. I've never played it. Look, and is the article goes on to ask why? Is that right? From what I've gathered,
Not necessarily why, but more diving
Just-
into like essentially this.
I'm asking the question why.
The person Victoria's song is essentially mourning the fact that the acquisition has been made, and I think so. Facebook are obviously getting into the video game space. You've got Facebook Gaming now, and you see them populating the feeds and stuff if you're into games and whatnot. But I mean, this sort of stuff was always going to happen. Facebook is going to get involved in some way, and Beat Saber is a good way for them to commercially get involved. But I guess what we want to make sure that we don't see is that they put any sort of commercial caveats on Beat Saber and wreck it.
The problem with Facebook,
Where do you want to start?
yeah, no, as someone who works with them works in their space every day, doing what I do, is that they're very much a case of, well, it's my bat and my ball, and I'll go home if I don't get, so the rules change all the time, and I don't like this when they get involved in stuff like this, because I feel like gaming's not suited to Facebook's
MO?
yeah,
Their values?
correct. MO, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Yeah, the values. So it's a little concerning, but that's why who they are. I guess they've got the money, so they go and do shit like that.
Straight Jacket, Jim, this is actually a really good point that I really didn't think about.
It's off Twitch.
They already own Oculus. They probably want a decent game to go with it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
No, and that's it. That is a really
It's a
good
very
point.
valid point, yeah.
I mean, Victoria says some other things in here as well, along the lines of, I guess, what we're all sort of thinking, right? And that is, we've all seen this story play out before. Small company with a good product gets bought by big company with iffy reputation.
Yeah.
Promises are made and promises are kept until the public forgets. New products aren't as good as the old one and often underdeliver on the grand promises made when the acquisition happened. It's a narrative so tired and old, even Facebook had to acknowledge it in its blog's Q&A section from its announcement.
Yeah,
This was in the
right.
Q&A. There's a long history of indie studios joining larger companies and being ruined. How are you going to avoid that? And they answered that with, I've been in the industry for a while and have seen that firsthand. However, I've also seen and been a part of some incredible success stories. The story we aim to prove over time is this. An indie studio joins forces with some like-minded allies, and together they find a way to push VR to new heights.
Okay.
Very much could be the case. As long as I guess for me, the biggest thing that I worry about when something like this happens is you take an independent developer creating an amazing game
Yep.
who's done it through blood, sweat, and tears,
Yep.
and they've put everything into it in heart and soul, and they're so close to the game that they're willing to forego X amount of money in favor of keeping the game
Yep.
the way they want it and good for the players. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they're not a bean counter. They're the
No.
one that's created the game.
Yeah.
So they get game, they make game, they release game, game is successful, and they could arguably, like, shift the bottom line a lot more and more
Yeah.
and more and tighten things up and all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. But they don't. Like, they look after their people
Yeah.
and their
Yeah.
premises and, you know, they go, oh, it's okay. We don't need that sort of bottom line. We're getting by very, very well like this now that we're successful. And instead, we're going to focus on the fact that we're going to keep this game going great.
Yeah.
And I guess Facebook, they're run by a bunch of bean counters now. You
Yeah,
know?
they are, yeah.
So the last thing that you want is for such an incredible game like Beat Saber
Yep.
to be fucked over.
Mind you, you know, there is the element too, like if the person, and forgive me, I don't know who it is, but let's say there's one dude or person who was right behind it was his bright idea or her bright idea to make game Beat Saber, made the game, it's done very well. Facebook come along and give him lots of money. They go, thank you very much, but they might have a better idea in their head.
True. Well, what they've said is they're promising that the upcoming 360-degree levels mode will still ship in November and that more music options will be forthcoming. So,
Can you explain? So again, forgive my.
do you know what? You don't know what
No,
Beat
can you
Saber
explain
is?
the premise of it? I'm guessing it's got some of the music and
So
sabers.
VR,
Yeah.
right? And you're holding your VR controllers
Yep.
in either of your hands,
Yep.
and you've got your VR headset. And what you see is essentially like a big arena with a tunnel, okay,
Right.
ahead of you,
Yep.
right? And you're standing on the platform.
Mhm.
And in your left hand is a blue saber, and in your right hand is a red saber, or vice versa.
Mhm.
And you know, like Dance Dance Revolution
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Time Zone
yeah,
and stuff, where you
yeah.
have to tap
Yep.
the arrow in the right direction on
Yep.
the beat and stuff.
Yep.
Well, instead, what's coming at you is 3D cubes with particular arrows on them.
Okay.
And the arrow might be pointing, northwest
Yep.
or south or
Yep.
northeast or east or whatever. And you have to swing the same coloured Beat Saber
Okay.
as that particular cube
Yep.
in the right direction.
Yep.
Nazy, who we've had on
Yes,
this
yes.
podcast before,
Yes.
is an absolute gun. You jump
Okay.
on Twitch or Twitter and watch her gear,
Yeah.
and it's a joy to watch. She's
Okay.
fantastic. It's like Beat Saber ballet. She's fantastic at it. It's really good, and
Symphony.
it is a symphony, and it's essentially a game that, it pretty much made its name and reputation off just being a great game and word of mouth. Like word of mouth
Yeah.
amongst the gaming community is what actually
Yeah.
sold the however many millions of copies
Yeah,
that this
they
game
have,
has
yeah.
sold. You know,
Yep.
so that sort of stuff.
Oh well,
We wait with bated breath.
it could be
yeah,
the start of something really good.
It could be.
You know,
Mm.
there might be someone at Facebook, a bit like the Empire. There might be someone in there who's,
What?
still got a bit of life in them. I'm so Star Wars upset. I'm right back on Star Wars.
Well, look, while we're at it, let's jump in. Let's jump into what are we playing,
Yeah.
and we'll do it really quickly. And I think the same answer. It's the same
All right,
answer.
3, 2, 1. Fallen Order.
Fallen Order. Should have practiced that. Star Wars, Fallen Jedi.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Where do you even begin? It is fantastic. For me, it's the Star Wars Dark Souls game that I've been waiting for.
Yes.
I'm really enjoying it.
100%.
Obviously, the story is great. The premise of the story is great, and it's amongst the Star Wars universe, which is always great. I mean, the moment that you hear the scream of the TIE Fighter,
Oh.
it's
How
ju-
good is it?
Oh god, it's just, you're there.
I think Respawn have done a fantastic job actually, and it really feels like I love Respawn for what they did with Titanfall, and it feels like there's not enough games in that I've played where you slide.
Yeah,
And you, without giving too much away, you slide pretty quickly early on in this
Yep.
game, and I love that. They're all my kids. One of my failings as a dad so far in life is that none of my kids like Star Wars. But the other day, Will, my two gamers, Will and Luca, came in, caught me playing it. Will goes, "Can I have a go, Dad?" And I think I sent you the video because I gave it to him.
Yeah, you did.
Oh my god, he's just
Yeah.
like straight in bang. He's defending and blocking, and I just told him to block with the lightsaber, and he was loving it.
Yeah.
I think I might have converted him now, which is bloody great news.
It's a very good game.
And it's
And just quickly,
Yep.
you mentioned some of the mechanics
Mm.
for you the sliding. for me, wall running, and I thought to myself, classic Respawn.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? Like
100%.
I almost feel like that is in the game for Respawn to sort of put their stamp on it a little bit. You know?
What I liked about it too, and again, I don't want to spoil too much for people who haven't played it, but it's one of those old school games where you're in a level, you go and try and do something, and you can't do it. And wall running is a classic example because I actually died. I kept falling off the cliff, going, "Well, it's clearly there. I don't know what I'm doing wrong." So I went off, and then I actually learnt the skill of wall running, and then came back. Like half an hour later,
Yeah,
and I could do it.
Yep.
It's classic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm loving. What difficulty are you playing it on?
The one under the top.
So second last.
Jedi. There's Jedi. There's levels of Jedi, and I'm not the Jedi Master. But I'm not the Jedi Knight. I think it's one in between.
Somewhere around there.
Anyway,
It's the one for me where the description was like
something about
the train, like a
experienced gamer that loves a challenge.
Yes.
Yeah, that's me.
Somewhere around there. World one, and I suppose the game's been out for a little while, so we can talk about this a little bit. But World one, the conversation that I've been having with a lot of people, and it came up tonight, was how did you go with the Ogdo Bogdo? Whatever that bloody
Ogdo Bogdo.
And mate, it took me, I reckon, a good hour and a half. Yeah. And at one point, I rage quit and went away, and then came back and defeated it.
Yeah.
And when I defeated it, I took a picture on my phone and sent it to Inferno because we'd been talking about it. But that's where I love the Dark Souls element, because for me, Dark Souls was that game where it was so frustratingly hard. But when you did finally learn your way around that dance and you beat the boss, oh my God, what an incredible feeling.
Well, it's that adrenaline kick, isn't it, that we all search for in life. And I think gaming is a really good vessel to get those kind of adrenaline. Like, there's nothing better than when you win a battle royale as a squad, or if you beat a big boss, or like your whiz pig moment.
It's wonderful.
You'll never forget that, right?
Beastia. I did it first time.
Well,
good for you, mate. Good for you, buddy. Ain't you just the beast fucking knees? No, seriously, good for you.
Yeah, good for you.
Hey, Arion, and
much
hello,
better than me.
Osleisha. Jeez. Yeah, bloody sensational. So we're both on that.
Yep.
And it's going
and we'll
very
be.
well.
And you're going to be on Red Dead Redemption too. I want you to come back after your holidays telling me that you've played that game.
Yeah.
That game is special, man.
I just don't want to promise. And the reason why I don't want to promise is because remember the last time I promised you something?
Yeah. You still haven't seen that episode of South Park.
No.
You still haven't seen the Donkey Kong movie.
No, I haven't.
The King of Kong. That is a classic gaming film, mate.
Mate, I've been busy.
Right?
Yeah, for like
that's true. For 3 years.
Oh, jeez. Hey, really quickly wanted to move on to something else. Before we get to what are we playing, we wrap the show. We've been sort of teasing out the fact that we've got a new podcast series coming up. And we're really excited about this. Because over the past 12 months, we've been working with ID at Xbox. And in particular, I want to shout out Jim Barker, who you can find him on Twitter at the Gym Class Hero. And
follow him now.
He doesn't work for them anymore, but God bless you, legend. Thank you so much for all of your help. And guys, if you can clip this and bloody tweet it to him, I'd appreciate it. But I just want to say, Jim Barker, thank you so much, because without you, mate, this series would not have gotten off the ground, because he put in heart and soul and worked so hard to go out there and try and find us some incredible people to talk to, these indie developers. So, Jim, good on you. Thank you so much. And you're a bloody legend and one of the greats. And we will forever miss having you, being able to work with you through Xbox. But hopefully good stuff in the future. Anyway, it's called The Journey at this stage. I'm tossing that in there as a working title because I don't know if I'm quite there yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
It's got to be gaming. It evokes gaming because gaming is a journey, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not there yet. I don't know why. I think I'm thinking about it too much.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, so what these are, guys, and the episodes are finished now. They're edited. They're completely put together with all the music and everything. They're mastered. They're ready, essentially, for the sign-off from Podcast One and Xbox to say, yeah, you can go live with them.
Fantastic.
7 episodes in Season 1.
Yep.
And they are 40-minute to 1 hour fireside chats with independent developers.
Fantastic.
Okay, so
Love it.
we've got just some incredible indie developers that we got the chance to speak to.
Yep.
And I'll go through and shout out just who they are. Hang on a sec, just give me a moment. Here we go. Night Schoolers, Blue Manchu Games, Joe May Games, A44 Games, Trans Solar, and at IOCAT, which is Chris Charla, the head of ID at Xbox. By the way, hello LJ. He said hello before, but I didn't get a chance to say
Hello,
hello.
LJ.
So yeah, we're really looking forward to getting these out, guys, because there are some incredible stories, and they're different. They're all, they do different things within their independent developer studio.
Yep.
And yeah, we're really proud of these.
Yeah.
And they really enjoyed sharing this.
A lot of hard work too for you, man. So
thanks, man.
I'm really looking forward to listening to them. Yeah.
It's going to be good. They just opened up about a lot of really amazing things that they've had to go through. Like for a lot of them, we got onto points like virtually on the bones of their arse.
Yeah.
Having to mortgage their homes and stuff like that.
Very similar to, having played music all my life, it's the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like if you've got a dream, but you've got to get there, you sometimes have to do stuff like, dramatic shit like mortgage a home.
100%.
Get your dream out. But then you make Cuphead and you can buy 40 homes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Within a year.
But there are a lot of other people out there who don't make Cuphead.
No, that's right. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, so looking forward to releasing
Awesome.
that. Stay tuned.
Yep.
It is on this way.
All over our socials.
Shall we get on to...
Yes, we shall. I've got 5 minutes.
You got 5
I'm going
minutes.
to you too.
Let's power it out. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, you would have did the other one, weren't you?
I was going to do that one.
It is a big, big, big question. It is a big, big, big question. It is a big, 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 bloody big, 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 big. It's a big question. Big, 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 big.
All right, last week was personal.
The question was, should Pete go and pay for some games that he scored for free from EB Games?
So just to reiterate, what happened was I went into EB Games, I had a $100 gift card. I went and asked them to price match Jedi Fallen Order. They said it's $69. I was like, great, I love the number 69.
Yeah, so do I.
Then they said, you got $30 left on the card. I'll go and have a look around. I went and got, The Witcher 3 Wild Heart Complete Edition, blah, 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 on the Switch. It was retailing at $99.95, and I handed over and said, can you price match that too?
Yeah.
Then she handed me my card back and said, you've got 5 cents left on the card. And I had a moment of, huh? And then thought to myself, well, it's a 4 or 5 year old game, so maybe price match came in good because I didn't check that.
No.
Anyway,
It was a genuine mistake.
Genuine mistake. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And then, sure enough, I've walked out, got home, checked the receipt, and there's just $99.95 for The Witcher.
Yeah, so you essentially got Fallen Order for free.
Yeah.
So we asked, should Pete go back and pay the difference? Now, I can tell you now, it was a Facebook poll, two options, yes and no chance. 15% for yes. 85% of us are no chance!
And gamers are an honest lot, so I'll take it.
So is that, you're going to live with that? Has EB Games contacted you?
No, they haven't.
So they haven't heard this podcast. Well, it's there.
No,
That's shame on them. I'll tell you what.
What?
Here's what I suggest. If EB Games contact you, because it clearly means they're proper gamers listening to a fine gaming podcast like this one,
Couldn't agree more.
then I'll kick in half the money.
Really?
Yep. I'll give you $20. So you have $40 you owe them.
Yeah, I'm
Technically.
$40.
Yeah, I'll give you 20.
Yeah.
We'll pay it off.
All right, mate.
But
Thanks.
until EB Games contact us,
Until E-Games,
note us.
until they contact us, it's their fault. Couldn't agree more. Thank you, sir. The next big question.
All right, so this will launch on Friday. If you're listening on, it'll be today. If you're listening, if you're watching on Twitch, it'll be Friday at 11 o'clock.
Yep.
We launch this every week.
Australian
Facebook.
Western Standard Time.
On Facebook. The question is, based on that video that's going around of soldiers versus gamers in a game of paintball playing a Rainbow Six Siege mode.
Great. It's a great video.
Great video.
Yeah.
Where the gamers got absolutely flogged by the soldiers.
They got destroyed.
Next level, right? So we thought about it, didn't we? We had a bit of a chat, and the questions become, who would you nominate to challenge in a real life 1v1.
Yeah, I like this.
The example we suggested was, for example, you're pretty good at car racing games, so you ring up Craig Lowndes and you say, right, let's have a real life race
Craig Lowndes, the V8 Supercars driver.
around Bathurst.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now I've thought long and hard about who I would challenge.
Mm.
I haven't really come up with much. I would suggest maybe something like a Leighton Hewitt in a game of tennis,
Oh, yeah.
because I'm pretty good at Mario Tennis.
Yep.
However, he's pretty bloody good at tennis in real life, so I still think it'd be one-sided towards the. And in actual fact, that's the other question too, isn't it? Who do you think is going to be the real life or the gamer is going to? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, tell us your answer.
Like in this case, the soldiers real life flog the gamers.
Yeah.
And I think with gaming particularly, especially with games like where you've got you die, I always thought about what would I be like in a real life war. I'd be that Leroy Jenkins idiot. I would. If Gallipoli happened, thankfully it's hopefully never going to happen again. But let's say a Gallipoli got announced tomorrow and I got sent to war, I'd be dead within half an hour.
You'd be
Come on,
cool.
guys, I got this, guys. Over the wall, boom, gone.
Gone. Stuffed.
Dan was
Very morbid.
yeah. But I would. I reckon I'd be terrible.
Yeah.
Because I'm very gung ho in those kind of games.
Yep.
I'm
What about, wouldn't you, would you,
I'm not strategic at all.
I go to golf for you. Like, you'd
Yeah.
1v1 someone in golf.
Yeah, but golf gaming doesn't really help your game too much. Your real life game.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
In driving, it's the same. It's about hugging lines, and gaming golf's a bit different because it's not really that closely aligned to the real life thing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Until you can swing a club and get like sort of what you did with the Wii, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's sort of mine. Have you got one? I mean, a clear one's always going to be car racing because people think they're pretty good at car racing. Games.
Yeah, 100%. I bloody did have one. Jesus,
We're excellent drivers, P.S.
We are excellent drivers.
I'm an
We are
excellent
100%.
driver,
I'm
that's come from
an
gaming.
excellent driver.
Yeah.
I'm an excellent driver.
Yes.
I bloody did have one, and now it's gone, and that hurts.
What about a real life bubble popping challenge against someone from Bubble Bobble?
Bubble Bobble.
Yeah. That's a great. That's coming out on the Switch.
Jesus Christ! No, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's bloody gone, mate.
I don't. I actually expect a lot of answers to be car racing,
Mm.
because I think that's probably the game most closely aligned to the real life version of what you do.
Yeah, 100%.
Because
I'd like to hear some more creative stuff out there.
Yeah.
Maybe you've got a really good skill in something in particular.
told you we're tired. Hey, Marge, where's that thing you use to dig food with? A spoon? Yeah.
That's literally what it's like tonight. Oh my god. What about music? Would you 1v1 to a riff off?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, actually, technically, SingStar and Rockstar and all those singing games
Yep.
were games. So
Who'd you go up against?
I'd go up against
Living or dead?
Shannon Knoll.
Really? Mate, you'd whip his ass. Sorry, Shannon.
Sorry,
Sorry,
no,
Shannon.
Shannon's not bad. But I've heard him sing in real life,
Yeah, really?
and I reckon Guy Sebastian. I've been in the position as we do. I've been in the position of being in the studio with both of them at separate times, and Guy Sebastian's voice is
Angelic. Yeah.
But it's powerful too. Holy shit!
Yeah.
It tears strips off your ears when he goes. And Shannon's more rock, which is what we all know. But that's my strength is rock. I couldn't take on Guy, but
Now,
I could probably give Shannon a bit of a go, maybe.
Speaking of rock, you got to get out of here.
Woo!
And so do we. Look out for that. If you're listening on the podcast, thank you. Great to have
Thank
your
you.
ears along. Thanks for making it this far. And you should be able to see that post now, and we'd love to hear from you on all of our socials. For those of you watching twitch.tv/GameOnOz right now, bloody great to have you along as always. Look out, guys, next week. So, Monday, December 2, you will start seeing all of the pre-promotion stuff for 12 Games of Christmas, and keep an eye out for Season 1 of our brand new Game on Australia podcast, The Journey, coming very soon as well. Go and check out our social media stuff. Get onto our Discord. Yeah, you guys know the drill by now.
Yep.
And if you're new, well, tough.
Work it out.
Work
You're
it
a
out.
gamer.
We got to get the hell out of here. We're going. You got to go. We got to go. You guys got to go. I don't know if Nico's taking
knows?
over tonight. Then Fonzo, I'm not sure. But if you are, great. Hang around for them. Just hang around for a half hour. If nobody shows up, if nobody shows up, then leave. You know, that's fine. If
Go
you
get
got
some
stuff to do, just go get some dinner. Great. Absolutely, Dan. If you're going to U2, have a great night. You are. Get out of here.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh, wait. Have a great weekend in gaming.
Oh, yeah.
And as we always say, Dan,
Don't forget to save.
see ya.